In this video, we will be servicing the lubrication system in this 2010 Ford Edge. For this service, I have RhinoRamps installed under the front tires. I have wheel chocks underneath the rear tires. I have also put on the parking brake. I have also installed safety stands underneath the front of the vehicle just in case the RhinoRamps fail. Through the driver's side door, we can locate the hood release latch. After releasing the secondary safety latch, we can gain access to the engine bay. Taking a look inside the engine bay, we need to locate the oil fill location and oil dipstick. The oil fill location is identified by a black cap with an oil can on it and has an indicator SAE 5W20. This tells us the viscosity of the oil. The dipstick location is in close proximity to the oil fill cap. It is identified by a yellow ring, and there are no markings on this one. Taking a look underneath the vehicle from the front, I can see the oil filter. Right next to the oil filter is the oil pan. On the back side of the oil pan, we have the oil plug. From underneath the vehicle, looking at the oil pan from the opposite side, I can see clearly where the oil plug is located at. I can clearly see my oil pan, and I have my oil filter hiding behind my oil pan. Make sure you install an oil drip pan underneath the oil plug. Using a 15mm combination wrench, we will loosen the oil plug. Using a ratchet with a long extension, you can remove the bolt the rest of the way without having your hands get in the way. The oil might be hot, so you need to be careful. While the oil is draining, we can shift our attention to the oil filter. The oil filter is screwed on, and if it was installed correctly, you should be able to just unscrew it with your hands and without the need of any special tools. I always make sure that the rubber ring comes off and it's not stuck up inside the engine. If you do not remove the rubber ring and you install a new filter, so there will be two rubber rings on it, the oil will leak all over the place and it will not seal. I always like to double check and make sure that the new oil filter looks similar to the old oil filter. This vehicle uses an Amsoil EAO 17 oil filter. To prep the new oil filter for installation, I need to take some new engine oil and I need to spread that around on the rubber ring. This will lubricate the rubber ring so that it will seal properly in the engine. If you use the old oil to do this, you're basically just rubbing dirt all over the ring and it might not seal properly. We can then install the new oil filter. You want to install it hand tight and then just a little bit more. Now that our oil filter has been replaced and all of our oil has drained out, we can reinstall our oil drain plug and tighten that down. Now that the oil filter has been replaced and we have reinstalled the oil plug, we are ready to fill the engine back up with oil. We're going to loosen the oil fill location cap and install a funnel. This vehicle takes 5.5 quarts of 5W20 motor oil. I am using Amsoil's Signature Series synthetic motor oil. After our 5.5 quarts have been installed, we can remove the funnel and reinstall our oil fill cap. I like to start the vehicle for about 15 seconds to get the oil flowing through the engine. This will set us up for checking the oil level. Lastly, I like to double check the oil level through the dipstick. I'm going to use a piece of rag and withdraw the dipstick, clean it off, reinstall the dipstick, and then take my reading after I pull it out. We want to make sure that our oil level falls between the lowest most dot and the uppermost dot. We are looking pretty good. We could add just a little bit more if we wanted to. At this point, our lubrication system service is complete. We can take it for a test drive and make sure that everything looks all right.